Okay, in that case, I'd like to invite Deb and Casey up, and as y'all probably know, you just hit the F5 key to begin the presentation.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bretey. I'm currently a student here studying in the dual degree program. I'm studying physics here at JU with aspirations to go on to pursue a mechanical engineering degree afterwards. I'm going to allow for my partner Deb to introduce herself.
Hello everybody, my name is Deb Burkett and I'm also in the engineering program, and I hope to pursue a degree in civil engineering after physics. Our topic today is green roofs, which is basically just vegetation on top of the roof. Green roofs reduce heat absorption by providing shade and removing heat from the air. They increase energy savings because they're an insulator. In other words, they decrease the energy required for heating and cooling. Right now, Germany is the leader in environmental roofing. And these can get real complicated. They can start out real simple and lightweight, or they can get real complicated. They could be like a park or a garden on a rooftop.
Now, as Deb stated, our project is consistent of green roofs, which includes vegetation on top of buildings. Now, we have a couple of different main goals that we're hoping to achieve within this project development. Our first goal is to secure phase 1 funding from the EPA competition. Our second goal that really pertains to our project idea is to generate awareness of the green roofs. As of right now, there are existing systems of green roofs throughout the world and within this country. Even here in Florida, there's another college, UCF, that actually has a green roof system implemented on one of their buildings. Now, as I stated, within the generating awareness of our green roofs idea, the ideas that we have to generate the awareness include different techniques to help people realize that a green roof system is in existence. For instance, one of the ideas we have is to implement arrows that have vines of vegetation growing on the arrow, so you can see the shape of the arrow pointing upwards toward a roof that actually has a green roof system on it. So that way then you will be able to know that there is a green roof in existence. We also are aiming to generate awareness of the possible energy savings along with the financial savings that come along with this type of system. Now, we have ambitions of pursuing a couple of different location possibilities for where this could be implemented to both generate the awareness and can be effective. Some of the ideas that we have, obviously our first location choice would be JU, just because we're studying here, this is our own institution, we feel that it would be easy to get our foot in the door in terms of putting up a system somewhere on this campus, and it would be easy for people to walk around and see it. Now granted, it may not be a key demographic in that not everybody is a homeowner, but other ideas that we have for other locations may be within a beach, parks, offices that may exist on a beach or in a park may be a good implementation idea in that the general public would be able to see it. Another idea that we have would be downtown Jacksonville. Now, this one seems to be one of the most choice options for us because realistically what we would like to see happen is maybe see a system implemented on a flat roof of a large building. And the great thing about it being on a large building is that it would allow for a system to possibly hold a park or a garden for people to go up and visit while they're working or in their office. Now, the main purpose of us doing it to generate the awareness is to bring about, hopefully, a solid awareness so that the entire country and world can start to move toward having a green roof. So we'd like people to understand the energy savings, we'd like people to understand the benefits for the environment, and we'd also like to create a practice for everybody. Essentially, the project that we have outlined and that we're trying to pursue to develop a proposal for. And at this moment, I'd be now happy to take any comments or questions that anybody may have.
If I understand this correctly, most of the structure of the roof is going to be made out of green plants and whatnot.
Yes, that's correct.
How does that go with the structural integrity of the building?
Now, that's actually a very good point that you brought up. The existing system that I found existing at UCF is on a commercial building, and they didn't state that any structural modifications had to be done to implement that system. But in terms of housing, there have been systems where when people replace their roofs, extra support is added to reinforce the roof, and then a system is put in because there is an extremely large amount of weight bearing on the roof from dirt, vegetation, the loss of moisture. So there certainly is a need to strongly consider that when it comes to designing and looking for implementing it.
One more. What about high winds, being that Florida is the thunderstorm capital of the world and also hit by lots of hurricanes?
And again, when it comes to implementing a system like that, realistically, it would be important for a civil engineer, someone to take into consideration the amount of force that would, say, be applied in the event of a hurricane, especially if you're, say, more towards the beach where the winds are more extreme. It is certainly very important to consider all those factors, and realistically, a lot of planning needs to be done to consider the wind and all the extra forces added. Yes, Lauren?
Are there any specific kinds of plants or any specific, I don't know the right word for it, but species of plants, like different ranges of plants that would be preferred over others?
Right, it could be like real simple, like just green vegetation like what you see growing on the side of the highway, like real simple like that, like it doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance, all the way to, they can do parks and trees and everything, and they just, I mean, it could be anything, but then you gotta take into consideration wind and everything else like that. The more complicated it is, of course, the more it costs and the more structural integrity you need and stuff like that. The simple thing, the simplest one had like 5 layers of like a substrate like dirt, basically all the
Thank you.
All right, let's thank our speakers.